So Bound is a story about a woman who is walking along a beach, thinking about the fact that she's walking along a beach. I'm kidding. Bound is it's not difficult to describe. Yeah, this is cool. It's not difficult. It's a third-person platformer, like emotionally a narrative-driven. Well, you go through sections of the game looking in your journal at drawings from, I'm assuming, what is your youth. I'm going to try to describe things and not just tell you everything, but the game is sort of built to be open-ended, to allow you to interpret what you see. I guess anything is technically, but it really is. That was really the goal, just to have something that was emotionally driven without explicitly telling you this is this and that is that. And I appreciate that about Bound. So the game begins with some sort of a dream sequence, and you're given a task. And there's the title. But don't leave yet. It's just getting good. Bound is a beautiful game. I mean, everything animates like by default, and then things really come alive when you come closer to them. And just the beginning of the game just gives you an idea of the movement of the characters. You saw a lot of movements are like ballet movements. I should know more about the moves because I have 3 girls who've all done ballet or are still doing ballet. But the leaps and the demi plies, all that. I mean, it's all there, and it seems as though dance is sort of something that is cathartic for this character. Maybe a little bit more than that. And as you progress, you go from the dreamlike world where you are sort of a mask-wearing dancer to some 3D model images of important milestones or events in, I'm assuming, the woman's life when she was a child. And you're often given some direction from that character. I'm not going to say too much about that character. And there are also others whom you will interact with. Now, while you can fall and die per se, you sort of just start right back up from where you were. There are really no traditional enemies of sorts, or there are hazards, and what you find is holding down the R2 button and using the face buttons allow you to dance, and it sort of creates a shield around you. So dance is cathartic for this character. It's also a protection. So perhaps dance in her youth was something that she used to escape just some of the trials and tribulations of life. And in this world, it literally is your protection. And then there are definitely some elements of things that just reminded me of Mario Galaxy. I'll just be honest. There's just the MC Escher-esque just levels. It just made it that much more interesting. The environments are just beautiful. The music is beautiful. It's a game where the kids would come in the room and just stand there with their mouths just open and then just like, this is a game? Like, yeah. I'm like, you're doing that? I'm like, yeah. Well, some of these things, like when you're on these extended ribbon scenes, sometimes that's sort of, you can move the camera around and sort of move her left and right on the platform itself. But I don't want to show too much of the game because it's really a game about discovery and about sort of creating your own narrative from what they've given you, because nothing is explicitly stated. And I love this jump. I love seeing a shadow version of yourself jumping over your head. It's creepy and endearing. Where else would you find that combination? I don't know. Bound is something special. It's not for everyone. I know some people look at it and go, it's a walking simulator. It's not a walking simulator. It's a game that you're supposed to just play and discover. And it initially seems like there's one path through things, but the game begins to open up, and there are many ways of getting from point A to point B. And the fun is just discovering the different ways. Like, I would have gone through a sequence of jumping over globes and then looked around and saw a completely different path to get to the same place. But the environment was different. So you can have two different experiences there. And that divulgeness, that kind of just permeates through the entire game. Just being able to just find different paths to just interact with the moving world around you. So that is Bound on the PS4. Feel free to like, subscribe, click on one of these videos, and be taken to a playlist. Thanks for watching.